All right, you guys. So again, happy Tuesday. I'm so excited that you guys are on today. As I mentioned earlier, we're halfway through. I cannot believe that this program is moving the way it is, and you all continue to show up. So congrats to you for making it this far. Now we are going to be talking about costumes, hair, and makeup today. We're going to be doing our book discussion with Miss Lori L. First. So make sure you guys are prepped up for that. And then I'm gonna go over what the topic is today. And then we're gonna watch some videos. We're gonna be watching BAPS, and we're also gonna be well, not the whole thing. We're gonna be watching clips from BAPS. And then we're gonna be watching the trailer to the film Black Klansman. And then after that, we'll have our guest speaker, Samuel Isaiah Hunter, come on and talk about his journey in film. He is an actor. He's done work with Ryan Destiny. He has a movie coming out in August that me and Taylor is in. So hopefully we get to see a little clip of that next week. And then we're gonna watch his film Don't Blink, which is a horror film. So if you guys are scared of horror, let me know. And then we're gonna do some Q&A with him. So that is the session for today. Super simple. We're gonna make sure we get off at our time, 7:30. And yeah, let's get started with the book discussion. Woo, woo, woo.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Because I'm using a headset, so I want to make sure y'all hear me. Okay, I see your heads saying
I can hear.
yes.
I can hear, yes.
All right, thank you. All right, so Isabel Wilkerson's book, Cast, The Origins of Our Discontents, it describes 8 pillars. So in the chapters that we read this past week, or you maybe glossed over, describes 8 pillars that support and maintain caste systems. So these pillars are based on historical and sociological analysis and highlight the mechanisms that sustain a caste system, benefiting the dominant caste while harming everyone else. So something that stood out to me was number 6, and how that can be, how you can probably see it happening in media, even like through films and things like that. So the 8 pillars of caste. Number 6 was dehumanization and stigma. The subordinate caste is dehumanized and stigmatized, often portrayed as inferior, subhuman, or deserving of their plight. This dehumanization justifies their mistreatment and reinforces the superiority of the dominant caste. So, just taking that in, um, can you see any ways that like media can films, movies, songs, any type of form of media kind of upholds this pillar of the cast, number 6, dehumanization and stigma?
I think I could see it in both like the production side as well as just like story side. I think even more so, um, with like villains and things like that. Sometimes that can happen, or if it's like a historical film, like they'll hold on, wait. Okay, I think maybe more so like aliens. I think that's actually what's kind of popping up at me the most. Is like sometimes with like some films they'll like dehumanize like whatever they want you to think is like evil or something like that to like bring up the the good people sometimes. And I actually think some media is like challenging that when they're like flipping the script with like villains and things like that, where they are now like with Maleficent, for example, like the live action of that, they like showed like more evil side to like the royalty, like the king and queen, and then like humanize the villain more. So it's like stuff like that. That's like the first thought that came to my brain when I heard the description.
Yeah, that's a good point. I remember seeing that movie. Definitely the cartoon, the royal court was all like worried and good people and all this stuff, but you see the live action and it's like, they really like were mean and tortured Magnificent and her people like her. Any other ways? Thank you, Shayla.
Excuse me? I don't get what the question is asking.
Okay, so like, how do you see dehumanization and stigma in like media today? So like, for an example, um, things that or people who could be portrayed as inferior, subhuman, deserving their own plight would be like, for an example, let me think of a movie. Man, I should have had a movie on hand. Tamaya, could you help me out with this? It's almost like stereotypical movies. Like, maybe like it could be also genres, or it could be, say for instance, we did talk about like movies on Tubi movies, and how Tubi is owned by Fox Media. How Fox Media is a white dominant organization. Even if you look at Fox 13, you can understand like their political views, or the way that they, maybe have a world view as far as a corporation goes. But then they may have um, heavily have films on there that could be negative or stereotypical of a certain group, like Black people, African Americans. So to the question, amenity, did I say your name correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's almost like where do you see any of that, whether it be in music or movies, shows, even like for certain characters?
You ever seen that one movie, Get Out?
Get Out. Yeah.
Yeah, in that movie.
Okay. And what character, or in what way?
Like, I don't know how, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, the other people, like, the family they were seen as inferior because they were, like, they were literally getting in the man's head, you know?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, that was sorry about that, y'all. I was out for a minute, but um that's a good one. Amenity is I think that would be based on like their races. So if they're white,
Yeah.
they were treated a little bit better, or they made themselves feel more important. But I was also gonna say like New Jack City. Yeah, I don't know if y'all seen that movie, but in New Jack City, there was like a man who was like he was like the biggest like drug dealer in the community, and he made himself above the law at a point. Like he was just above everyone, and everybody had to bow down to him. So everything under him, people were just inferior to him. So I think that's a good example. And then, at that point when he was like above the law, you can't be above the law. That's when they had a problem. So then they came in, and he was placed in jail, or he had to go to court, and he ended up somebody killed him. A regular community civilian killed him. But yeah, I think my example would be New Jack City, Loria.
Yeah. Thank you, Tamaya. Thank you, Amenity.
You're welcome.
Lila, you have a
Okay, so when I was reading the book and it was talking about dehumanization, there were points where it was talking about like a lot of like race, and it would give scenarios with like racism and things like that. So I would say like it was basically there was like this specific moment where it was talking about like a group, and like if you were to dehumanize a group, you had to dehumanize the whole group. Basically, that's
not
what I
just
got from that from
yeah.
reading the book. But yes, that's kind of my example.
Yeah, that is great. Like to the point, I remember listening to that because I listened to the book this week. But they were saying you can't just like point the finger at one person. You have to make that whole group ill, like something untouchable, like the Untouchables. to like dehumanize them, to say, oh, don't like I don't know what I was watching, but it was a clip and it had what's his name? The guy that got shot on Boys in the Hood when it was like Bobby, or was his name? Anyway,
Ricky.
I don't know why I said Bobby, but anyway, he was in this one movie, and I guess it was during the time that they were doing it was like a historical film, but they're integrating school systems, and black man accidentally bumped into this white girl, well, black boy bumped into this white girl, and then it was a big uproar. And back in the day, I guess before, well, no, not I guess, that would be something you could be lynched for, killed for. Well, in this school during integration, the white girl was like, she was so upset and flustered. She went to principal's office and told her, the principal, like, she had to burn her clothes. Why would you think you gotta burn your clothes because someone bumped into you? But that's dehumanizing like black people, thinking like I'm just a person, where it's like, I have to like wash myself because you touched me, or I have to like cleanse myself because you look my way, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Thank you for your input, Lila. All right, well, that wraps up to, this week's book discussion. Anybody have any final thoughts before we move on?
Uh-uh.
All right, well, thank you all for joining that discussion. Thank you for reading.
All righty, you guys. Thank you for that. We're gonna jump into this next thing, costume and hair, or hair and costume. I know you guys know when you watch a film, these things kind of add to the storytelling. It adds to our perspective of what's going on and the aesthetic. So these are always just like a few attributes of like what enhances the film and like what you think about. So I only put like a 3 for each. I only put 3 for each. So for hair, I believe it helps the character identity. So for example, hairstyles help define and differentiate characters, making them recognizable and unique. The era and setting. Hairstyles reflect the time period and cultural context, adding authenticity. And then the emotional state. Changes in hair can signify emotional shifts or character development. So regarding costume, I picked visual storytelling, characterization, and symbolism and themes. So for visual storytelling, it can help establish the time period, the location, cultural setting, and contribute to the world building. And then for characterization, it defines personality, profession, and social status through clothing choices. And then for the symbolism and themes, costumes can symbolize broader themes or character arcs. So just again, for the sake of time, we're not going to break down every one. What I am going to have you guys do, we're going to watch a clip of BAPS together. Has anybody seen BAPS? BAPS, okay.
I think I have.
Okay, with Halle Berry. Not
Yes,
Halle,
ma'am.
yeah, Halle Berry, yeah. So we're gonna think about these things, these 2 questions while we watch the film, okay? So the first one is going to be, are there any hairstyles that reflect cultural or ethnic backgrounds? We could just focus on that first half. And then the second half is gonna be socioeconomic status. So how do costumes reflect relationships between characters? And are there any coordinated or contrasting outfits that highlight connections or conflicts? So that is a 2-part question. So I guess we could just focus on the first one. How do costumes reflect relationships between characters? So this right here, that first bit, and then for cultural significance, are there any hairstyles that reflect cultural or ethnic backgrounds? So they kind of go hand in hand a little bit, but let's watch the film together. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. I think y'all don't hear that, right? So, where we at with it? Right here. Share sound. And let me let one of our guest speakers in real quick. I can do that then. All right, we're gonna watch this real quick, y'all.
Lisa, do you think you overdid it with our hair? Nope. I sure don't. Because we're going to Beverly Hills. Now, if I'm going to do good at that audition, we got to look like stars. Lacey. What, girl? Can't you see I'm trying to read up on our manners? I know. But we're going to need more than manners because right here it says that the rich and famous people hang out at the Polo Lounge. So? Oh, shit. We don't know nothing about playing no damn polo. Then look up in the book and see if you can find a basketball lounge. Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our in-flight movie is about to begin. Please lower your shade if you're sitting next to a window. Thank you.
Where my things at?
Lane, I can't see. Miss, what's going on? What's blocking the screen? I paid good money to see this.
Please, can I have another seat? I'll pay you any amount of money.
I'm sorry, the flight is all booked up.
Oh, fuck.
Hello.
Ladies, would you mind lowering your hair?
Hey, you with the hair.
No problem.
It's beautiful.
Maybe you overdid it just a little bit. Maybe I did, huh?
Can I get my money back from these headphones? Just tell him to take it back.
There.
All right. Okay. All right, let me reshare again. But the questions was, let me put them in the group chat so y'all can, well, I could just say them again. So one of the questions was, are there any hairstyles that reflect cultural or ethnic backgrounds? And then the other one was, how do costumes reflect relationships between the characters? So first, I guess we could just talk about the clip. Like, how'd y'all feel about the clip? Did y'all like it? What y'all get from it? What was they talking about? What was going on in the scene?
I really liked the clip. I was right. I did watch Babs before.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. The hairstyles was given very much 90s, like ghetto fabulous. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's given very much African American. And then like I don't know, by their outfits, like you don't see two people dressed like that. Like you can definitely tell that they're best friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like just two people just don't dress like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one. You could tell their relationship between each other, they're friends. That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody else? What y'all got?
I was gonna say you can tell that they're like trying really hard to fit in whatever group that they were talking about. Like from the dialogue, you can tell that one of the girls is like trying to break into the theater industry. She's like, my audition, this, and like, oh, and they're like really reading up on this stuff, and that's why they're like kind of changing stuff about themselves because they're wanting to fit in. And I think that's like it kind of plays in part of why hair and costume and clothing is so important, because it kind of shows status, and they're like trying to like be a part of that group.
Yes.
And you can tell, and like they're so out of place because they're trying to fit in so much.
Yeah. Okay, that was good. How do you think the people around them felt about their hair and their outfit?
They were annoyed. I'm pretty sure they thought their hair was aggravating because she kept like, it wasn't intentional, but like her hair kept getting in the man's face, which was probably really aggravating.
Yeah. But they were true to themselves. And that's actually like one of the premises of the movie. But we won't spend too much time on that. Good job, you guys. Did anybody else want to say something? Because I'm gonna go on to the next clip. Y'all good? Okay. So for this next one, we're gonna watch a trailer to Black Klansman. And then we're gonna focus on the historical accuracy and then the plot and setting. So for historical accuracy, think about how accurately do the hairstyles reflect the historical period portrayed in the film? And then for the plot and setting, think about how the costumes help establish the plot and setting of the film. So are there any costumes that are particularly effective in conveying the time period or the location? Okay. All right, y'all can look over that for one more second. And then let's watch the trailer. No, I forgot I gotta click on it. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let me know if y'all hear it, okay?
There's never been a black cop in this city.
Y'all hear that? Okay.
We think you might be the man to open things up around here.
Hello, this is Ron Stallworth calling.
Who am I speaking with?
This is David Duke.
Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That David Duke?
God. Last time I checked. What can I do you for?
Well,
Since you asked, I hate blacks. I hate Jews, Mexicans and Irish, Italians and Chinese. But my mouth to God's ears, I really hate those black brats. And anyone else, really, that doesn't have pure white Aryan blood running through their veins.
I'm happy to be talking to a true white American.
God bless white America. The KKK is planning an attack.
How do you propose to make this investigation?
I've established contact over the phone. We'll need a white officer to play me when they meet face to face.
You for the white race, Ron?
Oh, hell yeah.
So there becomes a combined Ron Stallworth.
Can you do that?
With the right white man, we can do anything.
When's the last time they let a rookie lead an investigation? Oh, that's right. Never.
Okay, become his friend. Let's get invited back.
What kind of stuff you guys do?
Cross burnings, marches. This is fixing to be a big year for us.
You ask too many questions. You undercover or something?
We must unite and organize to fight racism.
Are you down for the liberation of black people?
Power to the people.
All power to all the people.
That's right, sister.
For you, it's a crusade. For me, it's a job.
You're Jewish. That hatred, doesn't that piss you off?
You're taking this Jew lie detector test.
Why are you acting like you ain't got skin in the game?
I'm telling you, the wars are coming.
Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
That's us, Stallworth Brothers. We're on a roll, baby.
America first.
America first. America first.
If I would have known this was a Klan meeting, I wouldn't have taken this mother.
Alrighty.
Everyone deserves the fastest, most reliable internet speeds.
Has anybody seen BlacKkKlansman? Have y'all seen it?
Haven't watched it yet, but been wanting to watch it. I've like seen a lot of like clips and like I've heard the story, but like I haven't actually like watched it yet.
Okay, well you gotta watch it. I'm gonna find out where it is. So if you need access to it, let me know so I can get that for you. But okay, so reminder of the questions. The first part was focused on historical accuracy. How accurately do the hairstyles reflect the historical period portrayed in the film? And then the other one was plot and setting. How do costumes help establish the plot and the setting of the film? So let's talk about that first bit. What do y'all feel? What decade do y'all think that was in? Let's see if y'all know y'all history for one.
Like 70s?
70s? Is that right, Loria?
Why would you do that? But yeah, I think so. It definitely is based on a real story. So I think it was in the 70s. But based on costume, let me see, 1970s or 80s. That's what it looked like.
Yeah. And when was the KKK out? I mean, they've been out for a while.
They've been out. They still out. So I mean,
they're still here. But yeah, Jeanette, you
It
know
says
this.
the movie was set in 72, although the actual investigation occurred between 1978 and 1979. That's what it says on the internet.
Yes, I know that's
I
right.
watched this movie. It was really good.
It was
it
good.
was really good. It was a good movie.
It was
Yeah.
amazing. And it actually won an Oscar. Won an Oscar. Anybody else? We can switch over to costumes. Wait, no. Y'all didn't talk about the hair. What y'all seen in the film? What type of hairstyles y'all seen?
It was froze.
Froze.
Big hair. Not many black men wear afros and blowouts nowadays. Not many black men even comb their hair nowadays. But you know, not gonna go there.
Okay. All right. What about that's a good one. Good observation. What about the costume? I mean, did y'all see we're talking about the KKK. Did y'all see the white hoods and stuff? Kind of showed y'all what it was, right? They had like a little scene sitting down meeting. They was in it all white, so you know that was a part of the story. Anybody else?
There was also a lot of people wearing flared pants and vests.
Bingo.
That's it.
And turtlenecks.
That's how you know it was for sure the 70s. But good job, you guys. We will double back on this later, but now we are going to welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Samuel Isaiah Hunter. I didn't talk about makeup, but it's okay. So before we get started, Mr. Samuel, he has been an actor since he was 2, took a little break at the age of 11, but at age of 20, he said, you know what? This is it. I feel it. Like my heart is tugging towards it. I want to go back in it. He's been doing that ever since. He is from Jacksonville, Florida, so we have a Florida native. So he's like 3 hours away from us, so y'all should feel special. He's an actor, writer, a poet. He's been in a range of films, but he's known for The Oracle, which is on HBO Max right now, so you guys should check it out. And also Don't Blink. And Don't Blink is a short film by FSU, Florida State University. We'll be watching that tonight. But yeah, without further ado, I think Sam is on the call. He's gonna take over and talk about himself, his journey. And yeah.
Yo, what's up? Thank you, Tamaya. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. I was watching the Black Klansman trailer again with y'all. I'm actually gonna watch that again, man. That movie was hilarious. It was crazy. But yeah, I'm from Jacksonville. Born and raised in Florida. Grew up a little bit in Jacksonville and like half and half between Jacksonville and Orlando. I started acting when I was 2, and I started doing like commercials and like print work and different things like that. And then around the age of 11, I started to get into like taekwondo and basketball and started to kind of like branch out. And I wanted to do like newer things and just see if acting was not so much. I guess I just wanted to see like what else I would like, because you know, acting at around like 10 or 11, that's when I started to become aware of like the business side of acting, and it wasn't really fun for me anymore. But yeah, after I got back into it, I moved to LA to go to Stella Adler Academy. It was an acting school. It's a pretty good one. It's in like on Hollywood Boulevard area. And from there, I just started volunteering to be like a stagehand and for different play productions, which gave me a lot of experience. Just seeing up close like how theater is run and seeing like the actors and their day-to-day, their warm-ups, which at the time felt a little weird. Like I'm not gonna lie, I know y'all probably already know what I'm talking about, like the like crazy and you know, everything just like so different. But then like being immersed in that experience, especially coming from Jacksonville, where like the area I grew up, there was no like art area art program, stuff like that. So this was like way out of my comfort zone. Even though like I grew up acting, this was like the first time being really immersed in people who do this. So that was fun. Moved back to Florida, moved back to LA, just back and forth. And then in 2020, I booked my biggest role. It was for Oracle, and it's on HBO Max, and it was a horror film. And during that time, I dealt with a lot of like imposter syndrome, because there were a few people that were like actually in the movie who, which was crazy enough, a few weeks prior to book or like getting the audition for the role, I had just been watching a few of those people on TV, and I was talking to my mom. I'm like, dang, like it would be really cool to do something similar to what they were doing. Like there's this one girl who was on The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, and then I don't know if you guys watched The Boy on on Amazon. That one's kind of crazy though. The kid who plays Homelander's son, I was watching The Boys. I'm like, dang, I just want to be in something like this. And then now I'm like sitting in the little like the chair, like literally like looking at him in person. And I'm like, nah, bro, this ain't real. Like, what the heck? So that moment, I was having like panic attacks like the entire week, thinking like just didn't feel like I was deserving of it. But I remember there was this one conversation which kind of ties into, I don't know, like what you guys have been speaking about completely when it comes to like hair and makeup, but I found that like a lot of my like really good deep conversations come in the hair and makeup trailer like with people, because like I was sitting there and the lady, she was like, I was telling her like opening up to her, and she was like, well, who did they pick for the role? And I was like, me. She was like, okay, then God got you here for a reason. And like literally from that moment on, like the next 2 weeks, I walked around the set with like confidence, not so much like arrogance, but just like confidence and being like, okay, no, she's right. Like I'm here for a reason. They chose me for a reason. They trust me. So I've always found that literally like a lot of my deepest conversations that have always stuck with me come in like hair and makeup trailers or chairs and talking and hearing people's stories and whatnot. Yeah, and then I got Don't Blink, which was dope as well. I think that's one of my favorite on-set experiences. I don't know if there's anything else that you
Yeah,
want me
no, I'm glad you said that, because we're gonna go into Don't Blink. But first, I want to go back real quick. But no, let's pause. Let's thank Mr. Sam for sharing his experience. A lot of insight, a lot of wisdom. I hope you guys are listening, taking notes. Okay. All right, let's go back and let's talk about makeup really quick. And what that brings to a film, because I want you guys to think about that when you're watching Mr. Sam's Don't Blink film, especially regarding the special effects aspect. So quick overview, makeup can contribute to a film in multiple ways. We only focus on 3. So one of them is realism and believability. So makeup can age characters, create wounds, or transform them into fantastical creatures, adding realism. And then for character insight, makeup can indicate a character's health, status, and lifestyle. And the final one is emotional expression. It enhances facial features to better convey emotions. So we are going to think about those things and then watch the film. And again, like I told you guys earlier, it is a horror film. So does anybody need to step off? Is anybody a little scared? Y'all okay? Danette, you okay?
I can't figure out how to mute me.
You're unmuted.
I know, and I can't get the other screen. You know, I'm like a grandma. I'm trying to figure some of this technical stuff out.
Oh, you trying to mute? Okay, well,
I'm trying to mute.
okay, all right. Well, I'm sorry. I thought you had something to say. Okay, so let's just focus on this question while we watch it. How does the special effects makeup enhance the realism of the horror elements in the film? Okay, think about that question. I'm not gonna overload y'all. Just think about that. And again, if you guys have other things you pull from the film, don't be afraid to talk about it. All right, Sam, anything you want to prep them up before the film? Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, just trying to click on it. Oh. All right. Let me know if y'all hear. Can y'all hear this? Hold on. Y'all can hear that? Okay.
Yes.
Turn up a little
Yep.
bit. Okay. All right. Hope y'all got y'all popcorn. All right.
Shit. Yo, what's good with your Reese?
Water?
Ooh. Appreciate it. What happened to your mirror in there?
What mirror?
The one that's by the tub.
Oh. Honestly, I'm not sure. You're crashing here, right?
Huh?
Are you staying over?
I mean, I know you drove, but I don't want to
Please stay. I want you to.
Well, okay. I mean, I never really slept on a. What'd you say this was again? It was a California King.
Plenty of room to roll around in.
You ain't never have nobody like try and break in here before, right?
You're silly. I will say, if you're staying over, I do have one rule you'll need to follow.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, what is it?
You'll have to fall asleep before me. Are you tired right now? Because I'm a little tired.
No, not really. It's not that late. What is this?
Just something to help you fall asleep faster. I'm a sleepwalker and I don't want to keep you up all night.
No, I'm good, man. I don't think I need to be like sedated to get through the night. You ain't got no like melatonin?
If you want to stay over, you have to take this. Nobody stays over without taking this.
If you're not comfortable with me sleeping here, I can just go.
No, I don't want you to go. Please, stay. If it makes you feel better, I'll take one too.
Okay, yeah, you take it first.
You have to take it first so you fall asleep before me. That's the idea.
Well, we'll take it at the same time then.
Last one. 1, 2, 3. See? You're still alive. Now, these things kick in pretty fast, so I guess we can continue our little hangout in the morning.
Reese? Reese? Reese, you good?
Right. Sleepwalker.
Reese! Reese! Yeah, what the fuck? What? Wake up! Wake up, Reese! Fuck! Okay. Fuck!
You'll have to fall asleep before me. I'm a sleepwalker, so I don't want to keep you up all night. No one stays over with. Now these things kick in pretty fast. This will help you sleep. I told you I didn't want to keep you up all night. You didn't need to see that. You slept through the entire day when you could have been up here with me. You probably imagined your current situation very differently when you decided to come over. But if you want to be optimistic, at least I let you.
Where's the car?
Hey, whoa. Calm down, slow down. It's okay, you're okay. Calm down. It's okay. Look at you. Are you ready for me to take you home? Are you ready for me to take you home?
Y'all better look at them credits.
Heartland Season 17 is streaming exclusively on Up Faith and Family. Sweet. You won't see Season 17 anywhere else in the U.S. unless you want to wait. And wait.
Miss Tamaya got to get together with the PowerPoints. Okay. How did y'all feel about it? Were y'all scared?
That was crazy.
A little. Wait, no, because I told my mom I couldn't watch it no more.
You said what?
I told her I couldn't watch it no more because I jumped like 3 times. And I wasn't supposed to jump. And I tried to look away too.
Jump scares. It's about to be a feature film, right?
Yeah, they're making it into another one. It's Parasomnia, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. How do you think Mr. Sam did, guys? Good?
Thank you.
He did good.
You did good.
Thank you, guys.
He good.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen because we want to show you guys some behind the scenes too of like the process of getting that makeup done. And just like the overall. So these are some of the stills, Sam. I don't know if you want to talk about them or you want me to play the video.
I could just, yeah, these are some of the stills. There was one artist, her name was Alex, and then another one, Jackie. Jackie works at Universal Studios in Orlando, and she does like a lot of like crazy different makeup jobs, and like during horror nights, she does like 100 and something performers a night. Like she's amazing. She was really good, yeah. And then you could kind of see in the video too, that would be her putting on like the neck piece.
Let me know if y'all can hear. Wait, I know this video, you can't hear nothing on that one. But
Yeah, that was the neck piece that she put on, and it hides like a tube where when I puncture my neck and the blood comes out. And it was crazy because we were only supposed to have one shot at that, but James asked for another take, so she did her wizard magic tree, or I don't even know if that's a word, and made it work. Where it's like, yeah, even though it was a punctured hole in it, we were able to get like 4 takes out of it.
Oh, that's dope.
For Lima, take 5.
Keep fishing.
Mark it.
Keep fishing. Yeah.
I love Diego, man.
A little bit more. Tarantino shot. It's like, all right, man, you good? You good down there? Like everything is all right. Like you'll be able to take, that. She won't actually suck your eyes out. Action. Cough. Fall. Cut.
That look real.
Cut.
Hold for tail.
That looks so good. That looks so good. At least from here, it looks fucking phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Yeah, how y'all feel about that? Any questions for Mr. Sam? He didn't told you guys his story, his journey. He didn't share his film with y'all. He didn't show y'all behind the scenes of how that makeup process is. What y'all got? We want questions. Now it's Q&A time. What y'all got?
Well, after watching like the film, I'm curious, how long did it take to film the
film? We did it. It was all night shoots, 5 days in a row. So it was like from Monday till 5.5 days. From Monday till Saturday, 12 hours a night. We would shoot like 6 p.m. We would get there, leave 6 a.m. and then do the same thing the next day. So yeah, it was just about 5.5 days. or nights.
Oh, okay. So thank you for coming and speaking to us before I ask this question. And also like when you're like filming it, like I wanted to know if it's that scary. Like obviously it's not as scary, but like do you like get jump scares and stuff like while you're filming it?
First of all, of course, yeah, I'm glad to be here, man. This is fun to talk to everybody, and like this is it made my day, honestly. I had a bunch of other stuff going on. There was like downer energy, but yeah, no, there was a couple moments where I was like genuinely scared. The first time I saw Tamara with her, she had on like these white eye contacts, which was crazy because like she genuinely couldn't see, and I had to put it on for the end of the film as well. And you're blind, so she had one person like holding her and walking her through the set, and the house is huge, so there's like stairs and it has like carpet you could slip. So she basically had like somebody walking with her for like 8 out of the 12 hours. So when I first saw her, James made sure that I didn't see her until one of the scenes. They ended up cutting it, but yeah, that was the first time I saw her. That got me. And then James, he was very intentional on how he would call action sometimes to make sure he got like a good response. So that first time that I see her and I jump out of the bed, it wasn't like a regular action. He was like, "Don't worry, Sam, you'll know when to go." And I was just like, "Okay." So I settle in and I make myself like fall asleep or whatnot. And then all of a sudden a balloon pops in front of my face and it woke me up. But it was like it immediately got me out of my head and overthinking all the technical aspects and this, that, and the other. And like I was like genuinely like scared in that moment. So I think those two moments like genuinely like frightened me.
Thank you.
Of course.
So like, excuse me, I'm sorry. Were there any funny scenes with you making the film, like any bloopers or whatnot? Did you ever fall in any of the running scenes?
Uh, Dang, I'm trying to think. I definitely fell a couple times. I messed my again. We we end up cutting that part, but there was a part where when I get out the car, like when she comes into the car and I have to get out, there was no way to put like a crash pad under it to make sure. And like they're all, they're really big on safety. But I was like, I don't care. Like I'll fall just if it makes it look better. So I fell out of the car a couple times. I definitely slipped getting out of the bed a few times just because it was a little foggy in there. It doesn't really come at the final product. You can see how foggy it was, but it was like really foggy and there's wires and stuff. So I definitely tripped a couple takes. I'm trying to think if there any time I like laugh. I don't think I laughed until like after the take when someone pointed out how awkward the first conversation between us was. And then from that point on, it was kind of hard to keep a straight face just for that first scene when we're in the bed talking to each other because she doesn't blink and it's really awkward. But other than that, I think I was able to like keep it together for the most part.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm also curious about the audition process for this. Was it like you knew them, or did you actually like see a casting and you like apply and you sent a tape in or something?
For this, it was crazy timing. I had just moved back home from LA for the second time, and had I not moved at the exact time that I did, I would have missed it. But I didn't know this was going to be going on anyway. But yeah, it was an open call. My agent sent me there. They had originally had plans to be casting in Atlanta area, but something fell through with that, and they ended up coming to Orlando. So I drove to audition for another film. They were holding like a bunch of different film auditions within their program and auditioned for another one. Didn't get that, but his girlfriend, James's girlfriend, who was also a filmmaker, pointed out to him that she thought I would be good for this role. So then they reached out to me to audition for it. I did the callback. I did like another callback. Then I had to wait a little bit of time, and then me, Tamara, and I, who plays Reese, we did like a chemistry read, and then I officially got it. No, for real. God be lining it up, man. That was crazy.
Nigel, I know you're itching to say something, right? What you got?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Any questions? Any feedback? Any comments?
So hold on, my audio's lagging.
Nah, you playing.
No, for real.
We're gonna come back to you. I don't know why I muted myself. Okay, we're coming back to you. Any of the mentors? Y'all got any questions for Sam? I know we got to get off soon. You jump scared. Why did you jump on like that in the corner? Okay. Nadia has a question. No? Does not Nadia got a question? Ava? I guess not.
I have a
Amenity, you had a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
How did it feel after you finally like seen everything come together? Like when you seen the finished product?
Man, that's a good question. It felt crazy, honestly, because when you're in the middle of it, around like day 4, you kind of like lose track of the things that you shot. You're kind of like in the flow, you're a little sleep deprived. And then after it just like the whole process happens so quickly, it's hard to process it. So like 2 months later when we saw it, 3 months later, and we got a chance to see like theater and people were like reacting to it, laughing, and a lot of places where I didn't think it would be comical, but yeah, I don't know, man. It felt really good, and it felt surreal. I guess is the best way to put it. And I honestly felt removed from myself. Like, it didn't feel like I was watching myself. Just because of like all the special effects and the editing and everything. It was like it felt fulfilling. It was like, this is what I do this for. To be in like horror, have fun, to see people's reactions like this, it felt like confirmation of like, I'm in the right place and I'm doing the right thing. I think that's the main takeaway I got from it.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
All right, Taylor, you had a question? I feel like you had unmuted your mic.
Yeah. Hi, Sam.
What's
What
up?
would be your advice, I guess, for actors who either want to switch genres or get into like the horror genre?
The horror genre, I guess well, acting wise, I think the most difficult thing with horror is like, because the trap is like, oh, I have to be scared. I have to play scared. I have to go for the emotion of scared in a lot of the films. But it's like the fear derives from something. It's like sometimes it's a like it's anxiety. Sometimes people that are mad or something, or like lash out at people, it's because they're actually scared of losing something, whether it's losing the approval of their friends and family. Like, so I think like that's the biggest thing acting wise when it comes to horror, is like knowing if there's like fear involved, where is the fear coming from, and not like playing the emotion of being scared. And I feel like just watching back Don't Blink, there was a couple times I myself fell into that trap, but I'm not trying to get too hard on myself. Like, I know I'll like, you learn from it and move on. And then the other thing is like just being certain where what you are and aren't willing to do material wise, because horror can get really dark. And I think that horror can be cathartic for a lot of people, because there are a lot of horrors in life and things and traumatic experiences that we have experienced that we don't really know how to talk about and verbalize. But sometimes when you watch a horror movie, it kind of just like, it becomes a cathartic experience. And that's the beauty of horror, and if that's the best way to put it. But then there's also some horror that is just like graphic and terrible and horrible just to be that, and it can traumatize you. So it's the opposite effect. So just knowing if you do want to get into horror, why you want to get into horror, I think that's the most important thing. And then also just not falling for the trap of like playing scared, quote unquote.
Thank you.
Of course.
Can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, so I know that it's important to get into character, but like how you touched on like how horror can get also like really dark. How do you get out of character when you're done like filming your takes or you're wrapped for the day?
I think it's like being honest about where you are at the end of the day and before the day, because I realized like when I had never had this happen before. Like my throat was so dry. I was buying like like the whatever the lozenges are for your like dry mouth, and I didn't realize that that was a product of anxiety, which I was experiencing because of like the preparation to the film. And before I just like just wrote it off like, oh, I'm fine. Like I don't know what this is. But then when I really sat there and like had empathy for myself and allowed myself to check in, I'm like, oh no, like this is kind of like dark and like deep. I need to take a second to be like, all right, it's cool. Like let me listen to some worship music, watch like Naruto or some cartoons or something, like check back in with my friends and talk about something that's not acting related, and trust that when it is time to go back to set, that I'll be able to re-immerse myself and not think that I have to stay in it like 24/7 or something like that. So I think, yeah, just finding what you love to do outside of acting and finding those moments to like give time to that is important.
Thank you. This is really valuable. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sam.
I'm taking notes. Taking notes. Yeah, this was amazing. Thank you, Sam. Anybody else has any questions? I know we need to log off by 7:45. I know these kids got places to be, right? Okay. All right.
I have a question.
Hmm?
So how can we support you and what's next for you? Are you going to stay in the scope of horror or are you pivoting? What does that look like?
Thank you. I think just definitely like if you want to check out Don't Blink Again on YouTube or like help get the views up or just like tell a friend about it. Um, and I think I for now it seems like I've been gravitating towards horror thriller. It just I always find myself auditioning for it somehow. But I would like to do more comedies as well. Get into that. But yeah, for right now, I think I'm gonna focus on the horror genre and then maybe get into like regular family dramas or something and some comedies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to say when he died at the end, I agree with Mr. Maya. That was really, really realistic. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that was crazy. That's Jackie, man, the lady who did the special effects. And she's the GOAT, man. She made that work. She's just like, how long I got? 30 minutes? Okay, everybody leave me alone. She was boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh wow.
That's how it be on set. You don't have that much time, so she did a great job.
I had one more question. You talked about being clear on like your boundaries and what you're comfortable doing, especially with like horror. Did you have to like communicate that with like directors or something, or how would you go about that? Like advocating for yourself, like, hey, I'm actually not comfortable with this. Like, this is too much. Any advice on how to do that?
I think like the moment, like if you have like an agent or manager, if they send you something, like at that moment when you read the description, you read the sides, at that moment you tell them, hey, I'm actually not okay with doing this, that, and the other. And they should understand. And if for any reason they don't, like, I mean, it's your moral compass, it's your boundaries, and you don't have to give in to that for anybody. And then on set, if it's like an intimacy scene in any respect, it could be the smallest thing. But if that crosses a certain line, hopefully they have like an intimacy coordinator where you can communicate with them, either on set in front of everybody or privately, and then they can move forward to make sure that you're comfortable. But yeah, I think. Yeah. So the main thing would just be like communicating your boundaries to your agent or manager whenever possible. And if you're self-submitting, just I would say don't submit thinking that they'll be willing to change something. Like if you submit for something, be like, okay, would I be okay with this? Because a lot of times they're not willing to change things for people or whatnot. You're trying to make sure, because that's really important.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Of course.
All right. Okay, well, I just want to say thank you again, Sam, for hopping on tonight. So much insight. We're so grateful. You guys are definitely watching somebody who is on his way. So y'all should be grateful that he gave his time to you all. So
Thank you, Tamaya.
yeah.
I'm grateful to be here,
So
man. I
thank you,
appreciate it.
y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one. Be safe.
Yes.
You too.
You too.
Thanks,
You
Sam. Okay, he's off. He's off. But you guys, I also want to let y'all know y'all did a great job. Remember we had an agreement last week. Engagement. Miss Shaylin, you were engaged. Lila, you were engaged. Amenity, you were engaged. Nigel, I know you were engaged, but you wasn't talking. So those 3 names I call, I'm going to be sending you all $15 a piece. $15. $15. Nigel, maybe next time. Cause I don't know what happened to you. Naya, I don't know where you was. Ava, ain't hear a thing. Nadia ain't hear a thing. Ain't hear a thing. So Shaylin admitted it, and Lila, y'all have 15 coming your way. Y'all text me and let me know how y'all want it. Y'all want cash, y'all want it on card, y'all want it on Cash App or Zelle. Let me know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for being present. So I also want to let y'all know we do have a session on Saturday in person. We are reading that book for a reason. So if you can, try to finish the book because we will be watching a film that Saturday that goes with that. And I think you guys know what film it is, so that's fun. But yeah, make sure you finish. We should be on page 209 today, so only like 110 pages left. So do the best you can. Again, we'll meet on Saturday and we'll discuss it. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you all Saturday. Shaylin, I'm gonna give you the link for the film so you can watch it. And if you guys have any questions for me in the meantime, let me know. I'm gonna send out emails to give you guys some reminders again. And I'll send you guys the menu for Saturday too, okay? So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Tuesday. Let me know if y'all have any questions again. Text me. And yeah. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you
You
again.
too. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.